Welcome back to the eSIMstudios YouTube channel. I have a very special case review for the OnePlus 15. So this is the BonYonka, very weird name, BonYonka Silicone case for the OnePlus 15. It is anti-scratch, microfiber lining, shock-proof case with camera protection. Now this is the navy blue color. I'm going to put a link down below in the description box. They also have it in black, green, purple, white, and it is roughly $10. Again, Amazon link will be down below. Now, some of the features for this product include slim fit, although we'll get into that, lightweight, anti-fingerprint, anti-slip, and it is a silicone case. Now, I traditionally don't use silicone cases because 99% of your silicone cases are rather thin, right? And they're flimsy, and you can bend them in half fairly easily. And they just don't provide enough protection. Do they feel good in the hand? Yes. But, again, they lack in the protection department. Well, this is where this case, this BonYonka, has a huge advantage. So it is a silicone-based case, but they add a ton of silicone. So it's actually the most protective silicone case you can buy, not just for this OnePlus 15, but I think they make them for a number of various devices. We're going to jump in. We're going to throw it in there in just a second, but I wanted to review what makes this a protective silicone case. Now, it obviously has style. You can see the ribbed back. It is indented in these ribs here. You can see along the back. It's sort of a wave. Now, there's a lot of different aspects of how they designed this that I like. And we'll start off with the ribbed sides. So just like some of the other cases I've been reviewing, they do give you a felt side, a ribbed side that help with protection. So as you know, silicone is a rather soft, can be slippery material, but they give you grips here on both sides. Now let's turn it around inside. And as you can tell, has that microfiber lining. Let me zoom in just a bit and you can get a good view of the inside of here. Now, as I've mentioned, I've purchased these roughly for the last year. For the last couple years. Now, here's the thing. I don't keep my phones for more than a year, but what I was getting to is with that lining, I have not had one yet. My concern with this nice interior is that it might peel over time. It might. I haven't had one yet that has peeled, but if you purchase this and use it on your phone for more than a year, it might start peeling. So just be aware of that. But again, I haven't had that yet. And as you can tell, it's not as flimsy as a traditional silicone case would be. You know, the older ones you can just snap, you can just bend them in half. This one is a little more sturdy. And look at this. So like the other cases that I reviewed in the past couple of days, they give you added material. Look at this. You see how it's like a 3-layer material. So this is the first layer on the side where it's ribbed. And then it bumps up to this little second layer. And then it gives you a added third layer. So 1, 2, 3. And it goes all the way along the bottom across to the other side. So the layers are there. And then they do that as well on the top of the case as well. So you get your first layer here, and you get a second layer here, and then a third layer here. And it goes all the way around the top, as you can tell. And then you definitely get camera protection. Now, here's another thing you want to keep in mind when purchasing cases. Some case companies have the entire cutout, meaning the whole camera module is just one big cutout. If you want added and or extra protection, you might want to get a case like this where it actually just has cutouts where these sensors are. So your remaining camera island is protected by material, right? But this certainly gives you extra camera protection, as you can tell right there. It is lifted up quite a bit. Now, these buttons here, they're not labeled. Just a flat, smooth power, flat, smooth volume down, and volume up. And on the other side, you got the action button right there. It is nice, though, that it is indented a little bit. You see where it goes down here and down here. So when you're reaching for it, when you're not looking, you can easily find it. Your thumb and or finger fits just right on top of it, right where you're looking for it. So I thought that was a nice added little design. You get nice big cutouts here. You have your microphones, your USB Type-C power port, and then a cutout for your speakers, and then you have your cutouts up top as well. Now, do these have air pockets? Let's see. Does this have an air pocket? Yes, it has one ginormous air pocket in each corner. So you do get the airbag, air pocket protection in all four corners, it looks like. So that's a nice added protection. The good thing about silicone is that it's squishy, right? And it acts, it absorbs that impact, right? For the inertia that it creates when it makes impact with the ground. So this is really nice. And again, got them in a number of different colors. Let's go ahead and put the phone in there. And it goes in nice and easy. And it just feels good in the hand. Let me zoom it out here. It just feels good in the hand. It looks good. Let's look at that camera protection. Let me move it around here, see what it looks like in different angles. Does not lift up on the screen protector. We will check that out in just a second. But let's go back to the cameras. And let me show you exactly what I'm talking about here. So you can tell right there that it actually sits, the cutouts, the sensors actually sit pretty deep within those cutouts. You have a depth of maybe a couple of millimeters there, maybe a few, that give you just extra protection if you do drop the device. Let's see if it wobbles. It does wobble on the x-axis, on one of the x-axes right here. If you put your fingers top left, bottom right, but side to side, kind of. Top right, bottom left, it does not really, just barely. So it does wobble just a little bit. But if that bothers you, you may want to be mindful of that. But with everything else, looks pretty good. Now let's go to the cutouts. I'm going to grab my OnePlus charger here, and we will test it out to make sure everything works right. Now it does say it is not MagSafe compatible, wireless compatible. They're careful not to say MagSafe compatible because guess what? There's no magnet in here. However, it is wireless charging compatible because the wireless charge will go through here. This is a thick case. That's what you have to keep in mind when you buy really thick cases, is that if the case is too thick, your wireless charging won't work or it'll be less effective. But no magnet in here. But I have a wireless charger here that we will test anyways. So let's take a look at the cutouts. They appear to be nice and precise. And then the top as well. Let's see here if I can get a focus. Yeah, they seem to be good. Now let's look at the screen protector and see how close it comes to that screen protector. Now typically my camera wants to focus on the reflection and not on the phone and not on the device I'm reviewing, but we'll see if I can get a good angle of where the screen. So there you go. You can see just now, this is the factory installed film screen protector, and it comes close, but does not lift up on that. Now, if you get a glass screen protector, you should be okay. I don't see any reason why if you take the film off and you put a glass screen protector, I think this case will be fine. Typically, the glass screen protector falls right in line. It's the same dimensions with the film. So if you take this off, put glass on, it should be the exact same size. So that's why I say it should not interrupt and or interfere with your glass screen protector if you have one installed. There's a slight but decent distance between the edge of the film screen protector and the edge of the case on here. Let me grab my OnePlus charger and a wireless charger, and we will see how it does. Okay, so I have my Red Cable Club OnePlus charger here. It's plugged in. Now let's see if it has any issues, because some cases, here's the thing, now they design them specifically for each device. However, you do have to be mindful of the charging port. Now, most all of the cases I review all work with the chargers. However, there's been a couple in the past where it's a tight fit, or you really have to push it in there to get it to charge. And with those couple of cases, every now and then you just throw your charger in there thinking you plugged it in, you walk away, you come back, and you're like, damn it, it didn't charge it. So let's give this a try. Should not have any issues. Goes in nice and easy. So let's look. Okay, no problems there. Now, here comes the tricky thing. Not tricky, but interesting thing. Wireless charging. So I'm going to plug my wireless charger in to the OnePlus cable. Now, that will be activated. Now, this is a 15-watt charger. This is a Nilkin 15-watt wireless charger, but I don't ever charge my phones wirelessly, but I use this for testing. Now, it says wireless charging compatible. However, there is no MagSafe ring in there. But if you want to get, as I mentioned on some of my previous videos, you can buy these wireless charging rings on Amazon. It comes with a sticky tab. You just peel that off. And I recommend putting them in the back of your cases. Don't put it on your phone. You can, but you're going to leave sticky residue if you ever want to take it off, and it looks ugly, let's be honest. But if you want to throw a sticker right inside, you peel that sticky tab, you just slap it, try to center it as best as possible, probably right there. If not, a little higher, closer to the camera island there. All right, so let's try the wireless charging. Now I'm going to take this out. Let's see if it just goes through the case. Yes, the wireless charging, in fact, does work. Cool. So I'm going to put a link for this down below in the video description. It is a nice case. It's soft. It is grippy for being silicone, and it does offer the most protection out of any silicone case I've used. So that's why I actually really like this. And again, they have them in different colors, about $10 on Amazon. Link down below. Catch y'all in the next one. Peace.